Welcome to the latest episode of the SCU show. I'm your host, SCU. This is now episode number 53. I do apologize. Last week I did say that was episode of 53, but I was wrong. So this is episode 53. I am wearing a mask because I have a little stuff going on with my face, so I don't want you to see that. Whatever the case is, I do look better here anyway. We have a great show for you. Very good topics here, so let's get right into it. I want to start with talking about the New Orleans Saints and what I saw on Sunday night. The Saints took over the NFC South on Sunday night. They defeated the Bucks 38-3. They swept the season series, and that from the get-go, that game was not even close at all. It was just absolute dominance the whole game. They were up 14-0. I'm like, okay, maybe the Bucks will come back, and then they're up 24-0. I'm like, this game's over. Holy crap! The Bucks had 5 rushing attempts. One of them was a kneel down by, I think it was Blaine Gabbert was the backup for the Bucks. That's an NFL record, folks. 5 rushing attempts. One of them was a kneel down. So technically they had 4. But anyway, the point is, the Saints have taken over the NFC South. They are now up by half a game right now. And it just gets easier for them. Let's look at their schedule, shall we? So their first game, this Sunday, they host the 49ers. Obviously, the 49ers are a very depleted team. They don't have Joey Bosa for this year. Or Nick Bosa, excuse me. Joey Bosa with the Chargers. You don't have Nick Bosa. No Solomon Thomas. I don't think Rich Sherman's going to play. Jimmy Garoppolo's out for 6 to 8 weeks. George Kittle's out for 8 weeks. It's a crapshoot. The Saints are going to blow out San Francisco. And meanwhile, Tampa Bay hosts Carolina. We don't know what the status is for Christian McCaffrey right now, but if Christian McCaffrey does play against the Bucks, it's going to be another tough challenge for Tampa Bay. Are they going to win that game? Who knows? It really depends on if Christian McCaffrey plays. So let's just say hypothetically Christian McCaffrey does play on Sunday, and the Panthers knock off the Bucks. Saints lead now up till the game and a half in the NFC South. And that'll be week 10. Week 11, let's see my list here. The Saints would host the Falcons. Yes, the Falcons have had success in New Orleans, but they're still the Falcons. I mean, I said this on an earlier show. I'm done buying into the Falcons, and everybody's done buying the Falcons, and they're showing us again what they really are. A very crappy team. Yes, they beat the Broncos, but it's the Broncos. Come on, that's not a quality win. They're 3-6. Saints should beat them easily. Meanwhile, Tampa Bay, on the other side of the spectrum, let's see my schedule here. Well, they host the Rams on Monday Night Football. That's the game before the Monday before Thanksgiving. They'll host the Rams on Monday Night Football. I love the Rams defense. The Rams defense is very good. It's a very talented team all around, and I'm loving what they're doing. Absolutely, I think they could definitely beat Tampa in Tampa, and then Saints lead would be up to 2.5 games at that point. And then let's see, at Denver, again we talked about the Falcons beat the Broncos, but those are the Broncos. The Saints would destroy Denver, no matter how the game is played. And then Tampa Bay has the Chiefs blow up City. I mean, I think if Tampa Bay keep playing the way they have been, Kansas City's going to rock them. That game's going to be over before the first quarter's over, kind of like it was on Sunday against the Saints. So if you get the point here, you see my point here. The Saints' schedule is so much easier than Tampa's, and they already have that game and a half lead. By the way, after that Chiefs game, the Bucks finally get their bye week 13, which I don't understand. I thought bye weeks ended on week 11. But whatever, the Panthers also have their bye week 13 as well. So if the Saints keep it up, like the way the schedule looks, by December 1st, when the Bucks go on their bye week on the 5th, the Saints are going to have the chance to clinch the NFC South by then. If this keeps playing the way it has been, like the Saints already have the advantage that they've beaten the Bucks twice, so that's over with. Now it's a matter of fact that can we beat our schedule? And I think the Saints have a really good chance of doing that and clinching the NFC South very early this season. Okay, I still think they can have Tampa's playoff team, but we'll get to that in a moment. Anthony Lynn. Let's get to Anthony Lynn's story here. The Chargers are not just losing, ladies and gentlemen. The Chargers are choking. They're not tanking, obviously. They just got their quarterback of the future. The Chargers are choking. They have lost 3 or 4 straight games. They've had 10-point leads in the fourth quarter. Now, yes, you can, the heart-dropping drop at the end of the game against the Raiders. What about the Denver game? You're by 21 in the second half. You can blame that on. You're up 10 against Kansas City week 2. Who you going to lean on? You're giving games away. And it's kind of like the human body. It starts with the heart. And that's Anthony Lynn. Anthony Lynn is the heart of this franchise. I think everybody knows that, right? Anthony Lynn is the heart of this franchise. And what happens when your heart stops beating? Or stops working? You die. And that's what's happening to the Chargers right now. The Chargers are literally dying right now. And you could blame it on, Derwin James is out. He's not going to play again this year probably. Austin Eckler's. Your heart is the thing that keeps you going. When other things aren't working, yes, there's a problem, of course. But when your heart stops working, that's when the real problem starts. And that just ruins everything. Right now, the Chargers, their heart's not working. Anthony Lynn, it's not working. They're losing games in terrible fashion. Again, they should absolutely be winning. It makes Justin Herbert look bad. And Justin Herbert's not a bad quarterback, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this is the future of the Chargers right here. And it's not working because Anthony Lynn is not working. So should he be on the hot seat? Absolutely he should. Will he be? I don't really know. I think that perhaps the Chargers will go with him moving forward. I don't think they should because look at the way they're losing. But they will go with him moving forward into next year. And hopefully next year, if they do, they do better. Hopefully Anthony Lynn, that heart will continue beating. I don't like it really. I really don't. Because I had the Chargers as one of the top teams in the NFL this year. And they're choking these leads. And it's so bad. It's so terrible. It upsets me. It's upsetting that the way the Chargers are playing this way. I had said before the whole thing with Tyrod Taylor, I said even he could lead them to the playoffs with what they have. They can't do that with Justin Herbert, who's better. Oh, and yeah, I'll say it. Justin Herbert, better quarterback than Tyrod Taylor. I mean, come on. Yes, he's a rookie, but look at the way the guy's playing. He's an outstanding quarterback. And they're still not winning. It all starts in Anthony Lynn. And I think he should be on the hot seat right now. Until they prove something else. Anthony Lynn should be on the hot seat. It's like Adam Gase still has a job too, but that's not a story. Alright, so let's switch gears here. I thought about this a couple weeks ago. Kyler Murray. There's something about Kyler Murray that I absolutely love. It's the look of confidence he gives when he gets on the field. And I first saw this when they played the Seahawks on Sunday Night Football. I saw that, I was watching this game, the end of this game anyway. It was a close game toward the end. And I had such confident feeling about Kyler Murray. Oh, don't worry. It's literally no problem. Literally, he's going to lead them all the way down the field. He's going to lead them down the field. They're going to score. They're going to be absolutely all right. And I kept feeling that watching that game against Seattle on the Sunday night game. And I was right. It just, that feeling of confidence you get with Kyler Murray, it helps. It really does. And it really works. You saw the same thing against Miami. Yes, obviously they lost because the questionable play call where Cliff Kingsbury decided not to go for it on 4th and inches. He decided to kick the field goal, which was just short. But still, when Kyler Murray gets on the field, you just know something good's going to happen. I get that confident feeling from him. I've gotten that for the last 3 weeks now. Kyler Murray's on the field? Yeah, don't worry. I'm not worried about it at all. The Cardinals are going to go right down the field, and they're going to be just fine. What that tells me about Kyler Murray is not only does he have confidence in himself or his teammates, he's figuring this NFL stuff out, ladies and gentlemen. Kyler Murray's figuring this NFL stuff out. And so far, he's Arizona in the playoffs. I wouldn't be surprised if they pull off a playoff win sometime down the road. I don't know if they played the Rams yet, but if they do, and when they do, there's going to be some great games. Because, again, I love the Rams' defense. But at the same time, I really love Kyler Murray. And the confidence he brings to this team, it's just going to be great. Kyler Murray, again, has figured this NFL stuff out. And it's just going to work. He's going to have such a great NFL career. And I can't wait to be watching it for years to come. It's going to be awesome. Good stuff today. Good stuff. Besides, again, we had technical difficulties. So if you did notice the segment between where I talk about the Cardinals in the playoffs to the Rams topic, you're going to see a little difference. It's because the video paused itself because this headset is such crap. But that's what I guess that's what you get for what you pay, right? I paid $30 for this several years ago at a Staples. Of course, it's worked out. This is a very nice headset. I liked it a lot, but I just don't like the fact that it keeps stopping my videos. But anyway, let's get to the good stuff now. Week 9 is over. We are headed at Week 10. And it's time to talk about playoffs. Everybody's doing their playoff predictions halfway through the season. I didn't do mine last week. I should have done mine last week, but it's okay. We'll do mine now here on the SCU show. All right, let's get to it. So in the wild card, let's start with the AFC. You'll have the Chiefs against the Dolphins. Tennessee will host Baltimore. And the Bills would host the Raiders. Let's start with Chiefs-Dolphins. Come on. Tua's a great quarterback. But there's no way they're beating the Chiefs in Kansas City in the playoffs. Kansas City rolls there. Moves on. Tennessee-Baltimore, it's a rematch of last year's divisional round game. And I would take Tennessee because Derrick Henry's that's just that great of a running back. The Baltimore has a great run game as well, but I just feel like, again, a little worried about Lamar Jackson. And I just feel like Tennessee would be the better team, especially if that game's played in Nashville, which as of right now, the game will be played in Nashville. And therefore, I would take Tennessee over Baltimore. Buffalo and the Raiders, I would take Las Vegas. I almost said Oakland. I would take Las Vegas because the last few games, Josh Allen's numbers have gone slightly down. Yes, they're winning and they're beating the Rams and the Seahawks, but I don't trust Josh Allen in the playoffs more than I do Derek Carr. Derek Carr's yet to play a playoff game, but I feel like he's the better quarterback. And again, Josh Allen, his last 5 games, his numbers have gone down, not deteriorated, they've gone down. So I would take Vegas to upset Buffalo in the wildcard round. Switch over to the NFC now. Green Bay would host Arizona. That would be the best wildcard game of them all. Just talked about Kyler Murray and what confidence he brings to the table. But Aaron Rodgers and that offense are still Aaron Rodgers and that offense. That's going to be a shootout because both teams have very great offenses. And that's going to be a very high-scoring game. But I would say Green Bay. I think Aaron Rodgers is a better quarterback. Deontay Adams is the number 1 receiver in my book in the NFL. His numbers show for it. Seahawks would host the Rams. Yes, we have 3 NFC West teams in the playoffs. Well, think about that. It's a very talented division. Everybody knows the best division in football right now is the NFC West. I would take Seattle. I do love the Rams defense. I keep talking about it, but Russell Wilson is still Russell Wilson, and he still has a great offense. He's still every game, minus the turnovers. He finds a way to get it done. And there's no question he would get it done in a playoff game against the Rams. There's no question about it. And the final one will be the Eagles, unfortunately, winning the NFC East. And the NFC East has got to be the worst division to ever play. They would post Brady and the Bucks. And obviously, I would take Tampa there because, come on. The Eagles are riddled with injuries, and Tampa Bay is still a very great team, despite what has happened to them against New Orleans. And speaking of New Orleans, they'd be the 1 seed. Who would they play? We'll get to that in a moment. Let's get back to the AFC. The Chiefs would host the Titans in the division round. Okay, take Kansas City. They have a better defense, better quarterback, better receivers, better everything. Take Kansas City over there. Steelers, the 1 seed, would host the Raiders. I'll take Pittsburgh. I love Pittsburgh. They really shut me up, and I love what they're doing all season long. I will take them over the Raiders, no doubt about it. That'd be a blowout game. To the NFC, the Packers would host the Seahawks. Or the Seahawks host the Packers. Excuse me. And I'm taking the upset. I'm taking Green Bay over Seattle. Yes, I am. In Seattle. Again, Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams, that connection. I said it before the season. I'm saying it again. That connection is the best in the NFL, and it's worked so well, especially for me on fantasy, but that's another story. The connections work so well for them. That's why they're one of the best teams in the NFC. Before the Saints win, they were the 1 seed. So I would take them over to Seattle, in Seattle, no question. And as I said, the Saints would host the Bucks. I would take New Orleans there because New Orleans already beat them twice. 3rd time, not the charm for Tampa. Sorry, Tampa. So the AFC Championship game will be the Steelers hosting the Chiefs. Take Kansas City. I love what the Steelers are doing, but they're not beating the Chiefs. They're not beating Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the playoffs. Even though that defense is very, very talented, I would take Kansas City because I think Patrick Mahomes would find a way to lead them to a victory. And in the NFC Championship game, you have Green Bay and the Saints. I will take in upset alert. I'm taking the Packers to win the NFC at this point. The Saints, they beaten the Bucks and they get the 1 seed, but the Packers have already beaten the Saints. The Packers are a better team than the Saints, and therefore they would beat them for the NFC title. And that leaves us to Super Bowl 55, ladies and gentlemen. That would be against the Chiefs and the Packers. I would take Kansas City again. Mahomes has more weapons than Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has Devontae Adams. You know, the Scanley guy, he's done well for himself, but you can't outduel him with Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, and that team. Kansas City right now, in my book, wins Super Bowl 55. No question. So you have it as of right now. Definitely take Kansas City. Yeah. I think it was my prediction before season 2 is Kansas City over Green Bay. I'll have to go back and look. But as of right now, I'm sticking with what I said. All right. It's the final topic of the show. I do wish the show was a little longer, but it's okay. We will get there eventually. Hopefully next month. I know I say this all the time, but hopefully next month I'll be in a new environment. I'm working on getting a mic set up and all this other stuff, and then working on getting guests and stuff. I'm in the thought process of how to go about that right now with what I have. But here we go. The SCU sizzling 7 for week number 9. Number 7 is Baltimore. Yes, people are going to be like, what? Baltimore number 7? They beat 3 of their wins. They're 6-2 right now. 3 of their wins against the Bengals, the Browns, and the Texans. So 3 of those wins against 3 teams that are just absolutely crapshoots. They've lost to the Steelers. They play Tennessee week 11. They're going to probably lose to Tennessee because Tennessee's a better team right now. Better running game and everything. I said that about the playoffs. I'm saying it again here. And Lamar Jackson threw 4 turnovers against the Steelers. I'm still a little concerned. I know I probably shouldn't be too concerned, but I am. I'm concerned. Baltimore, number 7. Number 6 is Seattle. Another team I'm very concerned about. I praise Russell Wilson all the damn time, right? Yes, I know. But the Seahawks have lost 2 of the last 3. Russell Wilson has thrown 6 picks in those 2 losses combined. It's not looking good for Seattle. It's really not. That defense is beginning to be historically really bad. They got to clean that up big time. Seattle, number 6. Number 5 is Buffalo. I love what the Bills are doing. They're 6-2 on top of the AFC East. But look what you're going up against in the AFC East. It's Cam Newton, who's having a really crappy year. It's the Jets, who are the Jets. And the Dolphins, who are still kind of rebuilding. They're figuring themselves out right now. But they're not there yet to win the AFC East. Plus, again, I said this earlier, Josh Allen's numbers are going down little by little the last 4 or 5 games. So, a little concern there for Buffalo at number 6. That's number 5, by the way. Number 4 is the Saints. Yes, they're the number 1 seed in the NFC. But they are not the Saints that we're really used to seeing. I'm not concerned about the Saints. I don't know. There's something about them. It's like, I don't know. They're not really that great of a team. They struggled. They haven't had Michael Thomas week 1. The injury and then the disciplinary stuff, and now he had 2 catches against the Bucks or whatever he had. He didn't have a great game against Tampa. They had to find their rhythm again. That's what it is with the Saints. They have to find their rhythm. They're not a bad team. They just have to get Michael Thomas more in the mix. They need to get healthy. They'll be okay. But right now, number 3. Number 4. Number 3 is Green Bay, who beat the Saints earlier this year, and I keep praising the Packers because I said it earlier, and I keep saying it. Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams, the best duo in the league. And if people are going to argue with me, you want to argue with me, go for it. Right for 92 on Twitter, I don't care. I'm telling you right now. I mean, even fantasy-wise, but not even fantasy-wise, but league-wise, this is a great duo, and I don't see a better one than Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers. Show me one. I don't see it. Green Bay, number 3. Number 2 is Kansas City. Yes, I picked them to win the Super Bowl. But again, I still don't trust their defense as much as the number 1 team, which we'll get to in a moment. No. They have a great defense. They have a great, obviously, Mahomes, I think, is going to win MVP at this point. 25 touchdowns, 1 pick. They're on their bye week. They get rest. Before I don't remember they play. I don't remember who they play. It's not Tampa. Tampa's the week after their bye. The week after, or 2 weeks after their bye, whatever. Kansas City number 2. Number 1 is Pittsburgh, just because they're 8-0 right now, just because they have that stellar defense. They don't really have a number 1 receiver. Chase Claypool's done well. Deontay Johnson, I don't like to say it, but Deontay Johnson has really kicked ass. He's doing very well for Pittsburgh. Juju has yet to find his rhythm. James Washington's getting in there. Eric Ebron's having a great year for himself, and Big Ben is staying healthy. That's what really matters for Pittsburgh, is that Big Ben is staying healthy. And the Steelers are number 1 on the latest SCU Sizzling 7. They have it. Well, I'll admit it. I was wrong. I actually had Pittsburgh being remanded Super Bowl. But I was like, yeah, I can't pick Patrick Mahomes. I can't not pick Patrick Mahomes to go to Super Bowl again. The way season he's having, the receivers he has over Pittsburgh's, I just had to change my mind last second. I really did. Well, with that, we are done here. SCU show number 53. I thank you all for listening. I thank you all for watching. We're available on Anchor. We are available on Spotify. We're here on YouTube. We're also on the SCU Show Facebook page. And again, Twitter at RunningFanatic2. Check us out. All our segments available there. Oh, by the way, JT2H, shout out to my boy Josh Tracy for giving me this shirt from the Jersey Bearcats. Good luck this weekend, guys, as they take on the Pennsylvania Cougars at the rink in Lehigh Valley. Taking on, once again, the Pennsylvania Cougars. All right, that's it for me. I'm done here. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. This has been episode number 53 of the SCU